Hi guys. So today we are going to continue from where we stopped on the previous application. We're still discussing the shopping cart. We have created a screen for the products and displayed, and then we have also been able to uh, create a function to add the cart or to the selected product to carts. So in this video, we are going to be creating a second video that we're going to do a checkout. Okay. So I'm going to insert a new screen, and then in this new screen I'm going to collect some information from the previous screen. One is the gallery and the second is the header. So I'm going to select these two items and then copy. All right, so when I paste this in the second screen, I would need to make some modifications. But before I make the modifications, I will rename my screen to my orders. And then I would have to go to my first screen, which is the product screen. And then in the onSelect property of my cart, I'd create a navigate function. So navigate to the order screen. All right. So when I hold the Alt key and then click here, it should take me to the order screen. And another thing I want to do is to include a back button here. For that, I'm going to create a space here, and to do that I would go to the padding, the left padding, and increase the padding to 100. After that, I'm going to insert a back icon. Okay, and I'll just place it nice to where it's going to align really good. And the inside the select function of the icon are the insert or write the back function. This is going to take it back to the previous page. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to change the color to white. All right. Okay, so now we'll begin the modifications. First of all, I'm going to go to the title, and then I'm going to say product packed. And the next is to modify the gallery. So this gallery, I'm going to rename it. It's not going to be underscore one etc. So it's going to be part gallery. And I'll get rid of the one. And the items property is going to be coming from the collection and not from the product. Okay, so I'm going to select the collection, and this is going to create some errors. Given that I've included some new functionalities to add an image, I'm going to comment this out because now we have not included an image in this, but so we'll do that maybe in one of the subsequent videos. And the next thing is to link this to the collection product name or the product name that has been defined in the collection, and this is PRD name. Okay, PRD name, did that work? Okay, yeah, and then on the available quantity, this is no longer going to be available quantity from the product, but this is now going to be the quantity that we have selected. So I'm going to change this to PRD quantity, and this is no longer going to be inventory quantity, but order quantity. And for this, I'm going to change to PRD price. All right. The last thing that we need to update here is the button. So in the button, we'd have to make modifications. I'm going to take this label out. Take this label out. So if you notice, our errors are mostly coming around the ID and the equal to. This is because it cannot evaluate the selected item or maybe the current item context with what we are trying to evaluate it with. If you hover over this, it will tell you incomparable type of comparison. This type can be compared. Now it is number and error. So this is a number and this is the error type. If you hover here, it will tell you name is not valid. So what we need to do here is take this name and then put it here. The reason is because we are discussing contest in my collection. And this is the context that we are going to be referring to when we click this button. In our previous screen, when we click this button, we are referring to a context within the product list. All right. But in the new screen, given that our source is now coming from the collection, the context is going to be based on the collection. All right. So I'm going to go back here and select this. And our evaluation is no longer going to be if it is blank. All right. Now, because what we intend to do here now is saying no longer add to cart, but increase the quantity. And to increase the quantity, first of all, I'd change the width of this to 40. That would look a little better than it was, even nicer. Okay, and I'll place it nicely at the right. Right, and I'll go back inside unselect property and I'd get rid of this because now I no longer need to create a new item. We've already established that this item exists, and for us to see it in this list, it really does exist. So I'm going to use one as a placeholder. I will remove this one and then put what is supposed to be there when I'm done. Okay, we are no longer going to be saying if this is one or if this is empty, okay, or blank. So what we're going to be checking right now is if this, if the item we have selected has exceeded the available quantity that we can purchase. Okay, that is what we need to evaluate. So I'm going to say, look up this current contest, the quantity. So get the current quantity and say if this is greater or equal to the same contest, but this is no longer going to be the quantity is going to be based on the available quantity. So this time it's going to be coming from inventory quantity because inventory quantity is expected to be the available quantity. Okay. I'm not sure we have some. I think we have some issue coming in here. So argument respecting one of the following. Oh, yeah, I see. So the challenge here is this seemed to be a test. And one of them seemed to be a number. So I'm going to wrap this to a value. I hope that is what the issue is because now it's mentioning dates. But okay, so let's see. All right, yes, that's what the problem is. So this is a test while this is a number. So because of that, you can actually evaluate with this this. All right. So given that that is sorted out, I'm going to come back here, replace this with the contests, the ID contests, and then the price is now going to be PRD price. Okay, so if the product is if what we are already adding to cart has equated what we can sell, okay, now what we need to do is most likely tell the user that you have exceeded you can no longer add additional quantity, right? Yeah, but we can also do this in a different way. I mean, something that could be really, really better. All right, so we are going to take this, I'm going to take this out, I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to remove this entirely and close this part. Now we have all our expression without a condition. It means that we can add infinitely whatever amount of product we want to order for, whether it is available in the inventory or not. But you know, that's not really the right thing to do, right? So what we're going to do here is to go to the not visible but display mode property, and we're going to put this expression here and say if this is met, okay, this is gonna be dot disabled, no longer dot edit. So I'm going to put this up, go to a new line and say display mode dot disabled. Put a comma. Yes. Um, make it available. All right. So next, I'm going to make copy of the button, and this is going to be the reduce or decrease or reduce the quantity. Okay. And here I'm going to remove the plus and then put minus. After that, in the unselect property, there is something I noticed. Hmm. Okay, so there is something here. So let's fix it from the first button. We have to go back to the unselect property. And then, because you know we copied this from the previous screen, there are some other things that we need to fix here. I'm going to say this is going to, of course, we're making increment, right? So when we make increment, we are going to say this is plus 1 multiplied by product. But if you leave this way, it's going to say 1 times the product, then plus the quantity, and you don't want that. To fix this, we're going to wrap this into parentheses. Now it looks at this as one expression, so does the mathematics inside and then multiply it with the price. And this is exactly what we are going to do for the subtract button. So here we are going to say enclose it into a parenthesis, then minus or subtract 1 from it and wrap it around. After that, multiply the price. We also do the same, subtract 1. But then if you keep subtracting 1, what if um, it gets to the last item? What happens? Of course, the next thing should be, let's take it out of the collection. So to do that, we are going to apply a condition. Okay. All right. So now to apply this condition, we're going to come before the patch function, and then I say if, of course, this is the lookup we're going to take. So if, yes, lookup dot product quantity, if the product quantity is equal to 1, remove the item. So I'm going to say 1, remove the item, or patch. So I'm going to close this here, format this, and the place where I have 1, I'm going to say remove. So remove, well, I'm going to be removing this product. So remove the selected product. So I'm going to put a comma and I'll paste. All right. So if we play this application now, we should be able to increase the quantity of our product and also reduce the quantity of our product. But let's check it out and see actually if it works. And then I'm going to click this. Also, I'm ordering for trousers and I'll select the cart. Now I have these items and you see the quantity is one and then one. If I increase here, I should increase too, but then something is wrong. This is weird. The price is not increasing. Let's try the second one and see. The price is not increasing. What's going on? Let's add again. Even the price is not increasing. Okay, so let's see what's going on. What we do is we sit here and click the button again. Let's be sure that we actually did the right thing. Okay, so we are looking at product quantity plus one times this item dot price. So what are we doing wrong? Yeah, I see what we are doing wrong. So what we did was that the price we are displaying here is not the total price. So we have to come back here and then update this to total price. And this should give us what we want. So now if we play this app and then increase the price, you see that our price is increasing. Okay. All right. All right. So that's working perfectly. Okay. So there is something. I removed one item and every item disappeared inside the cart. This is not respected. So what we need to do now is that we need to see one item is still okay. I just added it anyway. What we need to do now is we need to figure out what happened. So you can see I okay, I removed this as well. Remove this as well. Something was weird. I just want to be sure that we are doing the right thing. Hold on a little bit. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm going to take this out. Okay, now I see what happened. I kept clicking without realizing that I have already deleted the previous one and then I'm adding clicking on the second item. So I think all is good. But we have to recheck our expressions and be sure that everything is all well. So I'm going to click here and then we have a look at this saying so look up in this collection where the ID is equal to the selected ID. So grab the product quantity where this is equal to 1. Now if this happens and this product quantity is equal to 1, take it out of this context, remove it from the collection. But if it is not equal to 1, just subtract 1 from it and let us go as proceeded. All right, so everything just works fine, no issues here. Excuse me. Okay, having completed this, the next thing we need to do is insert a button here so we can use the checkout. All right, to do that, we go to the insert, select our button as usual, and then place it where we want it to be. Next thing I need to do is I need to go and change the button test to check out. And I also need to change the background color to transparent, and then I'm going to change the border color to white. Again, I'm going to change the border radius to 50. After that, I'm going to remove the hover color and then I can make it maybe transparent. Okay, but the border one I can make it white. So the text I also make it white so that when I hover over it, it remains the same. Okay, now this is working fine. The next thing we need to do is go to the unselect property, go to the advanced. On the advanced, you will see the unselect property. Click on the unselect property to navigate over it in the expression bar. If you don't want to navigate straight to this on the expression bar, you can also make a modification inside here. I prefer to use the expression bar. It's much easier for me to write all the expressions and see what I'm doing. So here I'm going to say for all, well, for all, so I'm going to bring in the collection now, collection my orders. For all orders that I have made, I'm going to patch a record. Okay, so I'm going to patch the product order now. Product order is my SharePoint list. My the goal order is my collection. So inside this, I'm going to provide the mappings to the columns. Then I'm going to close the patch, and after that I will close the for all, and I will click on the format text to place this nicely so I can then come inside the curly brackets and then provide everything I want. So to what I need to do here now is bring in the table colors. First is the title. So I'm going to bring in the title. This title is going to come from this record. So this record is referring to the record in the loop. Okay. We are not using this item here because now an item is based on selection. Now the record is coming from the loop. Okay. So this record dot product name. And the next is going to be product ID. Product ID should actually conflict, so we can simply give it that, right? So we call it product ID. Oops, product ID. Okay, this is going to come from this record dot prod ID. I'll put a comma. And given that I have fixed this part, I will put the comma, go to the next line, use a tab to bring my mouse pointer where I want it to be, and then I would provide the product price. Okay, so this is going to be unit price, I think. Yes, unit price. And unit price is going to be coming from this record prd price. Quantity is going to follow. Quantity is going to be coming from this record dot prd quantity. Now, last but not the least, we are going to bring in the total price. This is going to be coming from total price. And this should solve our problem. So I'm going to close this expression, go to a new line. Now clear this collection. So clear the collection. So the essence of clearing the collection is so that when you try to order again in the same section, you don't have to um, see the previous item that has already been ordered for. So we clear the collection, close this, navigate back to the product screen. So I'm going to use the navigate function here. and this should solve it. So I'm going to save this, play the app. Oh, of course we can't. Yeah, we can go back. Okay, so right now, if I click here, okay, and one moment, I need to bring in my second screen. I have my second screen not active, so yes, I'm going to bring in my second screen. Okay, so this is the product order table. So if I come here and then select some few items, okay, and then go to my cart, I have three items selected, and this is shoe, t-shirt, boxers, leather shoes, and I have 4111 with their prices. If I click on checkout, what I expect is for this to go back to the home screen and my card should be cleared. And if I click here, I shouldn't see anything. Okay, and then when I go back, I should be here. Now if I open this to go to my oh, I think this is not displaying. All right, I think I see that. Okay, so what do we do for here? Just a moment, please. Okay, sorry guys, I just figured out this is not displaying and I have to bring it in here. So I'm going to go to my new tab and then I open the product. So you can see the products that we just added. So here's the product ID. Here's the quantity 4111. Here is the price and here is the total price. Okay, so let me add a new one. I'm going to add a laptop PC and I will select just um, two laptop PCs and I'm going to check out. Okay, if I come here and then if I reload this page, I should have a laptop PC here and the product ID number is 10, quantity I selected is 2 and you can see the price over here. Okay, so thank you very much guys and I'll see you in the next video.